Alright, so I need you to tell me if this is you. So you've heard murmurings about this little mecha game that's been doing the rounds. It looks pretty sick, and it is really sick. This game plays like an absolute dream. So it's free, you decide to download it and give it a spin for yourself. Maybe you do the tutorial, maybe you don't. But either way, you end up at this screen and you're like, what do I do? Where do I even go? What even is anything? Where do I go to just jump into a match? Where is the PvE mode I heard about? Why do I have 4 different currencies and what do they even mean? I just want to break some mechs, y'all, but how do I even find anything? Don't worry, I got you. This is what this video is all about. I'm going to quickly run down where everything is in the menu, tell you where everything is, so you can just get to playing as quickly as possible, and dispel some misinformation about this game that's been floating around. Alright, we good? We good? Let's get right to it. So this opening screen right here, the Striker Bay, is where all the customization happens. This is where you go if you want to change the skins of any weapons you get over time. This is where you go to change the paint of your mech by adjusting these colors right here. Pilots is where you go to change the appearance of your pilots. You start off with 1 pilot for free, and it is also completely free to change their physical appearance. The rumors that they removed all the customization options from the beta is completely wrong. It's just now hidden a bunch of extra tabs and stuff, but as you can see, the sliders are still all here and accounted for. You are completely free to change your face, your skin color, your facial features, your booty cheek sizes. All of that is still here and accounted for. You will have to unlock a second pilot using the red currency, which I will go over later, but for now, just know that the second pilot is functionally free. Tactical Station. This is the competitive team mode. So this is Operation Verge, is the 6v6 hero mode. So the mode where you go to escort the payload, to capture the point, all that fun stuff. The 5 different game modes, each with 2 different maps, all that is here. Ace Arena is the 3v3 mode, and 3v3 is deathmatch only. And also it is completely separate from your player ranking that you do in the regular 6v6 mode. So you can suck at this mode all you want, it's not going to affect your rankings. The challenge is where you'll find the tutorials for all the strikers, as well as specific challenges to each of them to help you get familiar with their kits. Training is where you go to have like an empty room, make some bots, and shoot around, move around, practice, like all that fun stuff. And custom room is the only thing that sounds exactly what it says. This is where you go to make custom lobbies for you and your friends to dick around in. Operation Storm is the 3v3, not 3v, this is the extraction mode. This is the PvPvE mode, where you're dropped in a big wide open map with a bunch of other players. Y'all scramble for loot, maybe encounter each other, and you fight each other to grab the loot that you've been hoarding, and y'all make a break for an extraction point where you get to escape with all your ill-gotten goods. There's a lot to cover here, so I will make a whole separate video that's a breakdown of Mashmac, that's what the mode is called by the way, to explain what loot you should prioritize and some just beginning level strats to help you cheese through your first few matches and get a grip on everything. Matrix Marketplace. This is the player-run auction house. So anytime players get skins or cosmetics that they don't want, or items from the extraction mode that they don't want, they sell it here in exchange for premium currency. Logistics is the actual in-game store. And the first thing they're going to throw at you is the Matrix contract. I'll explain this when I talk about the red currency, because that's what this affects the most. But Matrix Selections is the actual store. This is where you go to unlock the 3 new strikers. You get 12 for free at the start, and these 3, you get a 7-day free trial to try them out first. All you need to know is that you can earn these for free as well. It does not cost money to unlock these, just time. About 5 hours of game time to unlock just one of them. So when you combine that with the 7-day free trial, you get a pretty good and reasonable idea of who you want to prioritize all your red credits for. And also, this is not a pay-to-win game, right? Anyone who complains that it's pay-to-win because these 3 mechs are super overpowered, they just suck. There's no other way to explain it. They are people who don't know how to actually deal with these guys, but once you understand what they're capable of, they're really easy to deal with. Inferno can easily be rushed down and overwhelmed with melee strikers. Stellaris has the lifespan of a mosquito. Like, these things are not hard to deal with. It just requires you to spend more time paying attention and less time crying. Everything here costs red currency, and all of this is stuff you can potentially earn for free. You don't need to pay for anything in this game to get good. This is not pay to win. Everything that you have to pay with real money is purely cosmetics, but for the most part, you don't need any of this. You also don't need this. The ace pilots are simply just elaborate cosmetics. You get a pilot who has very distinct animations attached to a striker that also has unique animations to itself, but it plays no different from regular Falcons. There's nothing different from it gameplay-wise. It's all just clout. You also don't need these. These are cosmetics that are available only for the season, that can only be purchased with the gold currency, but you don't need this. This is where you get, oh sweet, I need to get this. This is a place where you can get cosmetics for your pilot. Again, doesn't change anything at all. And this is where you go to exchange real money for the premium currency, Corite. And this is the most transparent exchange rate I've ever seen in a free-to-play game. You know how so many other games, they try to obscure the actual value of their items by using multiple different kind of currencies that interact with each other? Here, it's super clear what the value of Corite is to real money because of this right here. 100 Corite equals $1. It's basically the yen conversion. So $5 gets you 500 Corite, 1,000 Corite is $10, so on and so forth. And you can use this to properly determine the actual value of what people are selling in the marketplace. So, are you really going to drop $10 for a frame for your profile? Is that really worth it? $40 for wings for a Falcon. That is absurd. $50 for a weapon skin for Panaka. Like, what is wrong with you people? Who is paying for these prices? I don't think any of these have been moving at all, honestly. But anyways, before we go on to the currency, let's just quickly go over inventory, which is also pretty clear-cut. This is where you're going to find all the items you've gathered throughout the game. Mods for Mashmak, weapons for Mashmak, paints that can be applied to your mechs, patterns, your cosmetic items. Everything is going to be stored here. So you don't really have to fiddle with this screen specifically unless you want to bulk sell stuff. And speaking of selling, now let's talk about the different currencies. Achievement points, which are the green currency, you gain these by, completing achievements in the game. And all it does is it allows you to customize the player frame that pops up on other people's screens at the end of the match. You can choose which specific stats get displayed here based on which ones you unlock using achievement points. And you also get to display your achievement badges here. Each slot also costing achievement points. None of this is really necessary. All this really does is just tell other players how much pussy you're definitely getting by playing this game, but you're not paying for anything here. You're also not paying for the red currency mission tokens. You earn these just by playing the game. Now, playing 6v6 will get you the most amount just playing casually. You can also earn these in the extraction mode by just doing specific side missions in that mode. But, uh-oh. Hello, my tiny human. Hi, have you come to help Daddy make the video? No? Okay, I'm glad to hear it. Hey, do you want your robot? Oh, you love the robot? Thank you. So everything you earn here can basically be earned for free just by playing the game. Now, what the Matrix contract is, it's basically a time saver. It allows you to earn more Matrix points per game you play, which means you spend less time having to unlock all this stuff. It is just like Warframe, where the only things you really have to pay for in this game are time savers or cosmetics. But you never ever have to pay for anything that actually affects gameplay or your ability to compete with other players. The only thing you're paying real money for, the Corite, is going to be purely spent on cosmetics or for stuff in the Matrix marketplace. And honestly, you can even get this for free. Because everything is player driven, it is possible to easily get Corite from other players by selling stuff in the marketplace. And I'll make a whole nother video on how you can do that super easily. Someone made 20,000 Corite without spending a single penny on this game. You really don't need to drop money at all. And finally, the blue currency, the Matrix credit, confusingly enough, it has nothing to do with the Matrix market. It is purely for the Mashmak mode. You earn this by doing side objectives in the extraction mode, and it allows you to buy supplies that will help you out in that mode. It'll allow you to buy weapons, ammunition for those weapons, ammo drops, repair pods, all that stuff. Again, the weapons you can buy on the player market, but only the purples and golds. But you can easily just buy all this for free by selling your trash weapons. You can actually get a pretty decent amount just by playing the game normally, selling what you don't want. Again, you don't need to spend a dime on this game. So whoever is saying that this game is pay to win are just people who haven't played the game at all and just want to hop on a hate bandwagon just because this game is free and has microtransactions. And I get it, microtransactions are often really horribly handled in a lot of free-to-play games, and this isn't perfect as well. Like $50 for an ace pilot just feels like highway robbery. And the fact that the game will just shove all this in your face immediately without making a clear distinction as to what this is, yeah, I can see why people would have a problem with that. But ultimately, this is actually one of the more tame and fairer free-to-play games I've ever played, and it's still of extremely high quality. You get a lot of mechs to start off with. They all play, everyone makes you feel like the protagonist of a mecha anime. They play that well, and there's lots to do at the start. So really, I really recommend people to at least try this game out, alright? Next time I'm going to make a video about Mashmak mode, what loot to prioritize, and what the best strats to cheese that mode is. And then after that, I'm going to tell you how you can make easy Corite without spending a dime. Alright, I hope to see you all next time.